All right, it is day 3 of Conquest of Azeroth launch, and currently we are broke. And that is because I spent the last 2 levels getting all of our professions leveled up. So today we're going to continue doing some dungeons. We did get level 30, which gives us the new Void Touched passive. It's not the old Void Touch, but it works, I guess, similarly in that it interacts with Gaze of Cthulhu. But instead of us giving them a shield, I believe was what the old one did, which I very much preferred, where there's a chance to consume all the stacks and heal them for more. But it does heal all allies. So in the ideal scenario, I guess we're just stacking this up on the tank or whatever targets, we're direct healing. And again, the direct healing, I'm not sure exactly what spells we have that constitute direct healing. I don't know if that means we have to be casting Eldritch Mending on them. There's also some other spells I'm interested in, like this Dark Infusion. Maybe casting that on someone counts as a direct healing, which I'm not sure because it's like a thing we place on the target and then it gets triggered and that heals them. So I don't know if that's direct. Yeah, so there's a lot of questions here. What constitutes direct healing? Blade of Yogg-Saron, if that counts either. Not sure. So if it's really just pressing Eldritch Mending, I'm most likely very disappointed with his talent, so we'll have to see how that works. I've gone back and forth on what the best talents are for this early level. I've gone back and forth on the early leveling talents here. I'm not sure if the best points at this level are going to be down here, increasing our attack power and maximum mana by 10%, or if over here by Serenite Mind is better right now. I think I was sleeping on the Eldritch Eye talent. That combined with the Prophecy Foretold is actually very strong because it gives us back a Blade of the Empire charge on every critical strike. So whenever we can guarantee a critical strike with our malevolences, that means we could essentially just use Blade of the Empire, Malevolence, back and forth, and recharge Blade of the Empire and stack up Insanity really fast, not to mention get an instant Black Blood on all of our allies without having to wait for like the wind-up time whenever you start a fight. So using Eldritch Eye at the very beginning of a pull or a fight, getting really fast insanity, getting that charged up so that we can go into Herald of Depths or cast our Entropic Slams, whatever, is actually really strong. I kind of wish Serenite Mind gave us an extra charge of the ability. That would be kind of cool, so we could like use it for 15 seconds and then pop it again later to get another set of critical strikes. But instead it makes it so that during the 15 seconds we get 4 critical strikes and then 5 if we put 2 points into this. And I don't really feel the need to have more charges right now because 15 seconds in global cooldowns, like you're essentially doing constant Malevolence or even Eldritch Mending just to use up all those charges. Because ideally you want to like weave them. Maybe you need to heal though, and you can just like spam Eldritch Mending. I guess that's a benefit, having so many charges of critical hits. But yeah, Dark Infusion seems really good, especially in a raid situation. I'm sure it's really good in dungeons as well. But as of right now, I don't really feel hard pressed to get more AoE heals. So that's why I'm just kind of coming down this way and making my character just like baseline stronger. Like making our sources that we already have, like the black blood and all the abilities that we're using, we're just making them hit harder. I don't really think we need more avenues of healing right now. Especially not ones that are like raid healing. And then over here on the cultist tree, I noticed that we lost our blink or like movement ability. I'm pretty sure that's what hallucination used to be. At least this tooltip or this icon used to be that. So that's kind of a bummer. But at least we have like a threat drop. That's kind of cool, I guess. But as we get to max level, one thing that I do want to try out is kind of buffing up all of our absorption effects, because I said this in the old guide for Heretic Cultist. Let's go ahead and get into a dungeon. Gotta get some money. I'm broke. I think shielding in World of Warcraft is like a premium, and there's not too many healers that do it. I mean, priests, and I guess in normal classic was like the shielding healer. So in CoA, I'm not sure. Oh, I don't have a melee weapon applied. Uh-oh. I was fishing. Don't mind me. Oh no, this is bad. All right. We're manually healing. Well, that's the thing. All right. Fixed. Oh, I'm also running this new presence that we got. So we'll see how that goes. Where we can drop a AoE down. I think for dungeoning it might be pretty good. You gone down the right side on the cultist? Yeah. A lot of that's like self buffing and healing, right? I mean, it's like the tank side. Wow. Yeah, see the AoE proc, and it actually did quite a bit of damage. I know I have a movement freeing ability. Just can't remember what it is. I need to kind of organize my bars at some point. We've kind of gotten A lot more abilities. But yeah, just the talent that gives us refresh on Blade of the Empire and mana back has been really good on crits. I mean, we still have to press Sandy Tap quite a bit. It's not as bad now. Just pure stats for that side? Yeah, I guess so, huh? Oh, that's the defiled ground, I think. It's a shame it dropped over there. No, it looks like it dropped more. Yeah, it's a pretty big damage boost for like our specific damage. Like overall, I don't think it's doing much. But we are crashing. I think we're donezo on that pull. Let's take this opportunity to look at the stats. Yeah, maximum mana is actually pretty good. 15%. Let's see if the planner is working while we wait. Oh wait, this is the old build calculator. I didn't mean to do that. Could have swore they put in a calculator somewhere. Along with the comp calculator for CoA. 1 second. Give it a little restart, make sure there's nothing to update. Hmm. Was it on Discord that they shared it? Oh, looks like it's back. Pretty rough spot to get disconnected in. Can we stabilize? I'm playing like 5 seconds in the past. Okay, I think we stabilized. Not bad. Kind of thought we were done there. Yeah, I think I like this presence of Isharge in doing dungeons. Because now that I'm using Eldritch Eye, I'm not like just... I don't really care about getting the haste to smack a single target like over and over and over again. How much was there's talent to get like an extra charge of whoa, that tank died? Didn't realize that. Probably could have casted a shield on him. Wonder if we can make it back to him. Aha. Ah, let's wait for the tank back here. Put a shield on him this time, drop my tentacle, play like I'm an actual healer. I didn't even have my my healing tentacle down back then. Alright. Now we're back. Give everybody some kings. Okay, well, I still spread black blood even when he's immune. It's good to know.
Arise, my champion.
At your side.
Hey, that's a great upgrade. But we didn't get it. There's something back here. I forgot I don't think we have any quests here. Alright, that was a little rough of a first dungeon of the day, but we are not insta-queue right now. Next break I need to yeah, I think there was some Nomer again. Don't know I think those are all the ones that we don't usually finish, but come up anyways. Surprised people, like, they did a really good job on the maps. Like, people should feel pretty confident on where to go now in these dungeons. So, like, it's right there. I kind of wish Blade of the Empire had a reduced global cooldown, or maybe even off the global cooldown. That would make it pretty fun and us to better take advantage of like all the refreshes that we get. Yeah, I think it still feels good. Like, there's a few things that, you know, like we can't summon all the tentacles. In my video, I talked about doing the, like, Gaze of Cthulhu like reset and trying to like summon more tentacles. We can't do that anymore, which is lame. Um, but like it still feels good in terms of it being a DPS rotation healer. So, that part hasn't changed. It just does the job in a different way. Um, and I wouldn't even say a different way mechanically, a different way thematically, because we're still kind of pressing the same buttons besides the Gaze of Cthulhu thing. Um, but that theme of summoning the tentacles of the old gods and all that, that's really no longer a thing. And, sure, like that niche, they wanted that to be in different classes. I can't remember if it's the tank or the god blade that can like summon them like crazy. It still exists, just not for our specialization. Instead, we get like crazy. We get really crazy Blade of the Empire resets. Gaze of Cthulhu, at least. Oh yeah, are we getting? I think our heals. So our heals from pressing Blade of the Empire, the Blade of Yogg Saron, is giving stacks of Void Touch. So what I was talking about before, that makes it good. Otherwise, I thought it was going to be bad. But the fact that we get stacks from pressing that button, so direct quote-unquote heals, we won't get it from the Black Blood heals. But it looks like from pressing Blade of the Empire, and see when I just pushed Gaze of Cthulhu, did you see all those green numbers? That was it rocking the Void Touched heal. So that's pretty good. I'm not gonna say it's better than I expected. It's just what I expect, because if it didn't do that, then I was gonna say, man, that is like an F tier talent. That's really bad. I'm not a PvPer, but on paper, like there's tons of like you have the I did PvP back in like TBC and Wrath. And if you think about a holy or like the Shakadins or the Ret holy hybrid paladins, imagine that, because we essentially have like a beacon of light that just triggers off of doing damage. And then we have all these like shielding effects. We have tons of CC. There's so many like partner effects. After this dungeon, I can show another one, but there's so many effects that like there's one where we teleport. This one, Dark Veil. We shield and then teleport to them. Stuff like that. I just feel like is pretty good in a 2v2 or, a small group PvP situation. And I think the server's going down again. Oh, no, we're good. We're here. Then we have like, this ability at Eldritch where you get automatic crits. So if we want to burst somebody down. And I imagine if you geared for damage, you do pretty decent damage. Like right there, we were top in DPS with our presence, this AoE presence turned on. So now that I can get refreshes on Blade of the Empire so often, I don't feels so bad, or like I have a need to just spam Malevolence. Because like in this situation right here, I can just spam Blade, and if I have multiple targets, if I do a Entropic Slam, I'm most likely going to get a crit. There's a very high chance. And once we have more crit just in general, you know, we should be able to sustain this Blade of the Empire all the time. What is this? Intellect spell. What's the range of the tentacle? 30 yards. It's not bad. Alright, I think we got a bunch of stacks of Void Touched up right now. I'm gonna cast a Gaze of Cthulhu and proc all these things. Oh, it did not work. How I thought. Oh, there we go. Actually, upgrade that so I can vendor it maybe. Let me stat allocation. You mean like my priority? I mean, I think it's gonna be I think we're gonna want like int strength pally gear, so int strength spell power and crit. So I'm still not totally sure which is number one, spell power or intellect. If some of these abilities, these weapon abilities, if they get spell crit, which I don't know how many would actually, like, I feel like Blade of the Empire definitely doesn't. Entropic Slam might. Gaze of Cthulhu, though, crits. But, probably spell power, intellect. There might even be, like, just straight up attack power. Maybe just build straight up strength crit. But we do need maximum mana, so that can't be right. I take that back. Agi version? I don't think so. Because Agi, we don't get attack power from Agi. Strength gives attack power. And like all of our heals all of our stuff has attack power scaling, and it's a little bit higher than spell power by like 5%. So that's why, like, if there's a piece that doesn't have intellect on it, but it has strength and some attack power, I don't think that's bad. Like, we very well may have just a straight up strength weapon. Let's be... Oh yeah, let's get that weight stone on our gear. Once I get the late game and I have all the talents and everything, like, you can paper napkin the math, but I just like to like equip unequip gear and see what my overall numbers do, and that can help inform like the math itself. Go back to the napkin, do some more, come back. All right, this guy wants to go. Oh yeah, you're talking about like the hunter sets, the hybrid. Yeah, I don't think that's it. I think it's probably going to be the Pally sets. Because like that is definitely a lot of our scaling gone if we are not getting because there's sets with if there's sets with intellect strength, then we definitely want that because that's both things we want. It's a porque no los dos situation, you know? If you can have both, then you do both. Yeah, but not really, because like the reason why I let it get so low is because this sanity tap gives us 20% of our missing mana. So boom, I hit it one time, I'm back up to 25. And as we get more crit, we'll get more mana back because of Prophecy Foretold, melee critical strikes, refresh a charge of Blade of Empire, and restore 3% of your base mana. I'm getting told that my class is broken. So I'd like to think it's just because I'm playing well. And this guy is pulling a lot. Now he's gonna make me look bad. Hello, hit it. Oh, I'm out of mana. Speaking of, I wasn't paying attention. So if I don't pay attention to my insanity, and I let myself go that low of mana, then that's a problem. Otherwise, we're good. I'm getting to that point though where I think I need to start doing. I need to download Voodoo, the heal, click the heal frames. That way I can just quickly click on the frame and cast this Eldritch Mending. Right now I have it on like Shift 4, but it requires me to also, you know, click the character, the player. Ooh, can I get this Copper Vein? Nope. Did I complete any quest? Did. Yep. Belts for 8 gold. We'll do that one. Let's see, how much damage did I do? I was second place damage on that one. Yeah, the spoiled. Sure, they were pulling a lot. And they're close to my level, so. The spoiled ground comes in, does a lot of damage. Yeah, it's definitely intellect spell power. And then like everything having attack power scaling, definitely. Should have been skinning some things. Oh, we got an upgraded lavishly jeweled ring. Well, if we're talking sets, I'm pretty sure the paladin sets just have better bonuses, like the set bonuses themselves. There's stuff that we might want. Oh, the sloth backpack stays on him in this form. They use cloth. Intellect agility. Can they wear leather though? Can't they? Yeah, they can wear leather. Okay, so intellect agility leather gear on that one. Yeah. All right, let's do this. I'm sitting here smashing my entropic slam and not having enough insanity. We're just standing in the stuff. Okay, the the void touched is actually pretty good. Like it's the perfect. I need to get everyone healed up, and it just happens. Like it procs all those stacks, and everyone gets healed. I need to get out of this green though. Like even though the heals are good. Person just died in the poison. Don't know if it's worth full clearing this. I am not lining up my AoEs very well. I'm getting crazy resets right now. Iridescent Pearl. I think I need that for my enchanting rod. Some crits in. Okay, take some damage. Get ready to tap here in a second. Go ahead and do it now. Let's see, strength, nature damage. Nah, we just want stats, I think. All right, so weak orders need set up. 1, track insanity. 2, need to also track black blood on enemies so that I'm not casting malevolence more than necessary. I think that's really it for now. Okay. I think we have enough gold to train up all the things that I was missing. Alright, let's train up all the stuff that I was behind on. Hammer, mending, meh. Almost a whole goal, just the whole gold to level up my res. What, so they come back with more health and mana? That's it? Start casting these scrolls on ourselves. Alright, this is a little too slow for me. It's usually kind of broken whenever you try to go in groups. I'm gonna relog, I guess. Generally, if you're having a problem with random dungeon finder, it breaks a lot when you're in a group. So if you have a group that you want to stay in, just disband and, everybody type in chat so you can invite them back. See if we can go find some more copper and tin while we wait. Man, things are pretty laggy today. What level are these for skinning? Can I skin them? I can. Either the queue balanced out in needs of healers. We have a tank shortage or something now, or the servers random dungeon finders just broken. Oh, you know what? Don't even have fine minerals on, I don't think. There we go. In vain, let's go. This guy going for it. Nope. Yeah, we still need these guys. So I need to level up this one too. Heck yeah, another tin vein? Let's go. And we're just getting nothing but tin veins. I think I'm like, what am I in herb? I'm not that far away from being able to pick the major oil. 47? Yeah, I'm close. We'll take it. There we go. Can we get this node up here first before we jump in? All right, here we go. Tank, buff. All right. We're like min-maxing our disenchants for gold and mats. We'll disenchant it if it's. I think I'm past the mats for these items though, and enchanting. So I think we're good. That number 2. Galaxy Bone, what level are they? 30? Obviously it falls off at like max level, but it's pretty nice being that high up on DPS. Level 18, yeah. Doing like 25% of the group's damage as a healer. And we could be doing more damage if we had like the tentacle and everything, but here it would just pull the whole room, so we're not doing that. Server, stay alive. All right, I think that one's for real. Hmm. Yet again. All right. It says it's green, but I think it's not really there. Wait until it goes goes gray and comes back. Is Rexar working? It is working. I guess we could create a character over here just in case. I think the next one I want to do is in between a Stormbringer and a Venomancer. Only Night Elves can be Venomancers on the Alliance. And only Trolls on the Horde. I mean, Night Elf makes sense. Have a fade. And the hit, more difficult to hit. Passive. Makes sense. I think the coolest update changes the skin colors for Night Elves. That one looks alright. For a Venomancer, though. What's this camera angle? OG. That says Venom, doesn't it? Go the Malfurion look. I bet Venom is taken. What's Venom in another language? Let's see. Venom in Swedish is gift. It's weird. Yeah, that's what I think. That's what I want to make it next. Because the tank, honestly. I mean, the other parts of it look kind of cool too. What's another one? Oh, you know what? I guess that group is probably waiting on me. If they all joined back and they're what is it? Venom in Hawaiian is this. Got the triple A. Meava. Meava. We'll just go with a truncated version of that. We'll do disable, veteran. Okay, we're not actually gonna play this character. We're gonna go back to the cultist. I'm just creating it while we're waiting on the other server to come back up. Oh, is it gonna put me in queue though? Because I logged out of the other server. Oh, it gives you another war chest. on each server. Oh, so it was worth it to make it now to make sure I got that. All right, is it back up? All right, cool. And didn't have to I didn't have to go into a queue. Good. I mean, you should definitely make a character on the other server. Then. Just to get that. Who's tank? This guy. There's a chest right here. Can't remember if there's a talent to reduce the cooldown of Eldritch Eye. 1 minute's not bad though. Oh yeah? What, were you playing Godblade? I mean, if you're wanting to just spam dungeons, it's essentially just a different DPS class that you get to queue up as healer. Yeah, like it's a pretty good way to introduce someone to healing. Like you still have to learn the situational stuff. you know, press cooldowns and buttons, be aware of certain things. But you have a rotation, right? You're not having to respond to the same things if you were casting. And I would like to hear from people who are like PvPers how it works out. Like, cause like I said, on paper, everything seems to be really good for open world, like together with a group or in 2v2, even 3v3. Only level 22, and the only one problem so far. Be a new healer. How do you keep heals on the tank while he's running to grab packs? I mean, if you're really, I'm assuming you're talking as a cultist. If I mean, keep up with them. Like you gotta be ready to go. Like, uh, otherwise, that's when you throw out a void shield, gaze of Cthulhu, that kind of stuff. Keep them alive so you can get there. Once you have enough points, you can get malevolent power. You see how my eldritch words. My eldritch mending is glowing right now. That's because it has an instacast ready to go, and that just stays there until you need to use it once you've stacked it up. So I just leave it for emergencies. So that's one thing. Obviously, if it's the very beginning of a dungeon, you may not have it. But you could always stop and hard cast one too. Once you get your shadow training, they actually heal for a good amount, which you're level 22. So I guess that answers my question about if you have those. You should have that talent to get the instant cast. You should be able to get it now. And then Eldritch Eye, you know, being able to hit something guaranteed crit and an instant cast on your Malevolence is nice to get Black Blood up immediately. So that, like, warm up isn't something you have to do. Then you also have this eventually. I just pressed Gaze of Cthulhu, used up on my Void Touched stacks, and it healed up everybody essentially. Yeah, I mean, Dead Mines is always kind of rough for that. I mean, these aren't unique problems to just being a cultist. These are problems that I think all healers could probably speak to at one point in time or another. Just happens. Like, honestly, you know, tanks should be aware of, like, I don't blame people right now too much because stuff's new, right? Maybe players don't know, like, how your healing style is. But they should notice that, oh, I have a cultist healer. Like, I can't just, like, run away from them. You talking about the instacast one? Yeah, at 20, I think I was like this side over here. All these up here in the top left, and then down to here as prophecy foretold. Um, Actually, I don't think it's mathematically possible to go that far, but mostly around that left side over there. Plus 1/5 shadow damage. It's pretty cool. Haunting Blade, attack power by 28. I think we want that. Did we get it finally? We did. I think that's gonna boost our numbers quite a bit. Let's see. We're gonna have to do it once we're not constantly pulling. Check it out. Yeah, like I didn't want to take the instacast ability just because I don't really care for those. There was one like it before. I think it was like way further down in the tree where we could pop it, and for the next however many seconds, our Whisper of Yogg-Saron and Eldritch Mending was instant cast. I mean, we also had the other instacast one, which allowed us to also cast Malevolence instantly, which was nice. So in that ways, it's worse, but now that Eldritch Mending hits pretty, or heals pretty hard, like, it's worth it in those situations. Here they come. Oh, look at that. The consecration on the ground going off. So like right now, once I get a crit, like I almost got full charges of Blade of the Empire back off that one Entropic Slam because of all the crits. I guess you can only get one at a time, but it's just almost guaranteed with that many targets. And we're #1 DPS. We did 734 DPS there. Be sure to drop our tentacle down on this one. Build up our Herald. Alright, go into Herald and start smashing. Man, a single target even? We were up there? Oh, we can't skin it? Oh, well. So I know other cultist players before when we had whispers of Yogg-Saron. That's the like chain heal hard cast ability. Like I wouldn't even use Eldritch. I only used Whisper because it healed the first or initial, single target for the same amount. And I think it was the same amount of mana. So like why wouldn't you just press that and bounce it to other people? And I would usually use that insta cast, like the equivalent of this malevolent power. I think it was still called that. I would just use it to press that every now and then. Just to put out some like AoE heals and to consume it. And the cool thing about that one is like, I don't know if the current one's like it, but you could stack it up to say 2, like you'd have active buff, right? 3 stacks. You could stack it up to 2, use your active, and then hit one more time and have it back again. Because you had 2 waiting stacks. I don't know if it still works that way or not. We can try it out. Let's try it out now. Whoops, wrong button. Used it. 1, 2, 3. It's back. Guess I might have to try it on next. I don't think it works that way anymore because I don't see any stacks of it. I would have 1 more stack, I think. But Void Touch lasting like 20 seconds is nice, so I'm not like in too big of a rush to get that back. What? How long can this fear be? Come on. Seriously. 19, 16 seconds? We're joking. Yeah? Alright, well good. Glad you learned. Can we leave? Well, okay. Alright, we got an upgrade on the chest. That's nice. That was much needed. Let's get rid of that. And let's set up the weak aura really quick for insanity. Do a group. Sanity. Actually, no, this is going to be the whole group name, right? So cultist, new aura. We're going to do progress bar. We're going to call that one Sandy. And then let's do like a reddish purple color. Yeah, something like that. Enable gradient, horizontal. Let's go get a stack of it so we can see what the spell ID is. I imagine it will find it automatically, but Oh, I don't think I downloaded the add-on for Bell ID. That's fine. So it is just called Insanity. $500,706, it looks like. Probably it. There we go. Whoops. All right. I've been having a hard time positioning these. Make it about EA big. All right. Oh, but we want to track the stacks, not the amount of time it's up. So, whoops. Nope. Not the trigger display. We want to track the stacks. I think it's that. You can see if it works in our dungeon. Oh, they're after my nodes. Now let me get it. Now we're getting that node. All right. Got it. Oh no. See? Chasing after him. Throw the shield on. Gonna pop this. Instant apply black blood. Alright. He wasn't in that much danger, but I had to run to catch up that time too. Alright, well obviously it's not working. I need to fix something on it. Nice. Oh, big pull. I don't know if we get a direct interrupt now either. I swore we had one before. Alright, this stuff is selling for enough that we'd rather vendor it. Yeah, I would love to get an insta-cast Malevolence. Besides the cooldown ability. Stats are going to be intellect or probably spell power first. Spell power, intellect, not totally sure. And then max level will probably be I mean, honestly, if we can find a piece with intellect, strength, spell power, and crit on it, that's probably what we want. Might be attack power, not totally sure. We're gonna have to see how it shakes out with the in-game gear once we get to level 60. But honestly, the best thing to do is like look at your abilities, right? Like look at your Black Blood healing and your Blade of Empire damage, because that's where the most of your healing comes from, right? So put on a piece of gear, see what those numbers do, and swap it out with another piece. Like my weapon, I have attack power on it. So like I'm doing 160 shadow damage with this weapon on. If I put this on, has a little bit of strength. Still doing 160 apparently. So you know, just kind of explore that. And I'm gonna do essentially the same thing once I get the max level. I'm gonna equip and take off gear and see kind of what the numbers do. See what nets me the biggest change. Because with that pally gear, there's always gonna be some trade-offs too, of like having more or less of a certain stat. Like, I could see a world where we just do straight strength, but we want the intellect because we want max mana. We don't want to be tapping all the time, and then tap also does, you know, 20% of our missing mana, so 20 every percent will do more if we have a lot of intellect. I have 2 talents to spend. All right, reduces cooldown, hallucination, increases chance to trigger your presences. That one definitely we want. All right, down here, we're not doing damage tentacles. We could do Serenite Mine because I actually want to play around with this Dark Infusion here. Dark Veil is kind of cool. To the person that was asking about like catch up with your tank, like I guess you could cast this, a 60-yard range. So you can cast this, shield them, and then you teleport to them. 2-minute cooldown though. You can make it channel faster, 50% faster. So you channel to them in 2.5 seconds. Guess we're coming down here to Serenite Mine, so we can go down this way, because this is the part of the tree that I kind of want to mess around with. And none of this other stuff is crazy good. I mean, this stuff on the right is also good, but I have to experiment with this, and we just don't have enough points for me to compare it 1-to-1, so I just need to decide what path to go down for now. But my stats, like, most of the stuff I'm wearing is spell power is like way better overall. So if I can find something with int and strength on it, then cool. But otherwise, anything with spell power and intellect is what I'm prioritizing right now. So this hammer, 11 strength, 150 shadow damage, 28 attack power. Why is this one? Okay, 149. All right, so it does go down. I don't know what was going on. So just straight up more attack power, 150. It's only one more though. Why does that translate? Oh, it is more per point. Okay. I thought it was 1-to-1, but it's not. Okay, it's just the way the strength converts. Maybe this hammer is just better. I got some agility on there too for some more crit. 1 attack power isn't that big of a deal. Oh. Let's put another weight stone on. Alright, let's queue back up. Stacks. Total. Maybe that's what I need. Total. Where's the tank? There he is. Oh no, I'm stunned. I wonder if these, the presence, like the consecration that I can put on the ground, I wonder if it stacks. You can stack multiple. I doubt it. Intellect, attack power. See, like, this is a good example of something we can try out. It's like, what I have, you know, it has some 2 spell power and 8 intellect, but then I just got some with attack power on it. We can try those out here in just a little bit and see, like, what our numbers do when we put that on. I'm sure there's people who can do the math in their head based on all the, you know, interactions and bonuses, but I kind of have to look at that and then plug in a number and see what happens. Confirm whether or not how I'm thinking about it is correct. But we just pulled all the scorpions. Want a skin. Okay, so yeah, strength is 1 to 2. What's up, cutie? But Agi is not for all the classes in CoA though, right? The 1-to-1 on AP or Agi, excuse me. Cultists don't seem to get. Let the thing die. My bad. I was distracted. See if we can recover. We cannot. Okay. Are you using Sandy Tap? You should have that at level 20. If I'm not mistaken. Use Sandy Tap when you're at about 20% or below mana. Yeah, cutie. It's yeah, it's Ascension baseline, but in CoA, the primary stats do something different depending on the class, if I'm not mistaken. Because I'm pretty sure another class I played did get attack power on agility, but not the cultists, at least, according to tooltip. I could be wrong, but I need to verify that. Let's pop our void touch stacks there. So like right now, I'm gonna hit insanity or sandy tap a couple times, and I'm back up to like 35 mana. And then like as you get more crit, you put the talent into I'll show you in just a second. Put talent into as the prophecy foretold, that way you get your Blade of Empire refreshed, and then you get back 3 mana, 3% of your mana on the crit. I think it used to be your actual Blade of the Empire that gave you back the mana when you hit with it, which, you know, would net more mana every time you used it. But now it's like on the crit hit, so either way, that also can help your mana situation out quite a bit. Yeah, I'm at 13%. I'm gonna hit tap, back up to 30. You just gotta make sure you don't dip below 20 insanity. You gotta kind of keep it around there, just at any point in time that you might need to hit sandy tap. That's probably another weak aura I'll add to the profile to like maybe flash insanity whenever you're below like 10% mana. That way you know, because 10% should be plenty for you to cast a Blade of the Empire and Malevolence, so you can get out of the danger zone with your mana. Yeah, but I think they changed it in CoA, is what I'm saying. Like, you can look at tooltip right now. Agility, you do not get attack power. And I think I probably have a piece of armor I can throw on, and I don't think it changes my stats. Attack power stat. Okay. Ooh, it's actually a pretty spell power. Yeah, it's actually a pretty good ring for us. I did not pick up the quests. Can we do the disc quests? No. Do we just need to talk to him? Yeah, I remember. All right. The 10 vein refresh. Okay, so where are those shoulders at? Did I not get them? I did not. I didn't win the roll in those. 8 intellect, 3 hit. Spell healing. Let's just do spell power and get the crit. Or something else with agi on it. Some main hand axe. You have any new weapons? Okay, well here's a agility axe. Let's just take that off. So agility, melee, power 189. Let's see if it changes. No, it does not change. It changes ranged. So maybe they coded it in CoA to only affect your ranged, your agility to affect your range. Seems like that might be the case. Is there anything else I'm missing here? Yeah. But for us, it doesn't change the melee attack power, which is what stuff like Malevolence and Blade of the Empire scale off of at a 25% ratio. So, yeah. Otherwise, it would be a clear-cut hybrid agi for this class. But in the alpha, I was using a mixture of like some cloth pieces boosted my numbers better with just the sheer amount of spell power and intellect. And we also had different scaling talents for like all of our stats. So like having tons of intellect was nice. We also I was in between that and paladin pieces. And then we mostly used the paladin maces. Now, because of this talent, void power, your healing power is increased based on your main hand weapon damage. Staff or staves are not a good option. Any benefit from stats on staves that we could get are probably offset by that passive. Probably want that because just a rough estimate, if a two-hander does like 150, does like a 150 damage, a staff might have like 100. Yeah. Just 1 second. I'm going to take care of his bathroom and take care of one other thing. Do you play PvP at all? I do not. Not on CoA or like recently. I used to play a lot just in retail, so I get the concepts and what may be good. But in practice, though, no, I don't play. But I do think the Heretic Cultist is a very good duo partner. 2v2. Alright, let's get back into a dungeon. Just because of all the shielding, you can preempt damage. You can essentially boost their total health. Obviously, you're doing damage while healing. I just think it's really good. Let's see. The most annoying thing with tanks is running away is like I gotta put that Abyssal Covenant on them, right? I mean, I just don't understand why they took away our little blink. Yeah, but the heals are like, no, it's not support healer. It is dedicated healer. See, like this dude just like took off, not a care in the world, but we saved him. Keep eye out for these serpent blooms. Because we have actual support healers in CoA, and this is not one of them. This is an actual healer. Now, we need something to hit, so that part can be scary. So I guess you could get like kited out of your mind in PvP. And that, delays some of your heals, but and in that way, yeah, you would essentially just be a support healer, but your goal is just to do damage in PvP. So I guess if that's what you meant by that, then yeah. Eat on that. That might be good. Getting kited, can't confirm. Very annoying. Let's see what our spoiled ground's not doing as much damage anymore. Depends on the pack size. What's doing all the damage in here right now? It's level 33 Guardian. Wow. I think the shield needs more range on it. It's only a 20-yard range. That thing should be 30 at least. And what's Eldritch Min? Yeah, heals are 40. No reason why that should be 20. Excuse me. Did 10/20 only BG, and will you get kited, but your healing damage kind of makes up for it usually? Yeah. I did do a little bit of high risk. I mean, I wasn't geared or anything. But yeah, I would eventually die. You could stay alive for a very long time. But yeah, if you get kited, or if you just can't put out enough damage, that was the old Cultist though. Oh man, I have freaking herb finding on. How am I missing these? Appreciate everyone having the stream on right now. If you haven't already, please toss a subscribe so you can see when I do stream. It's not very often, but right now, since we're just leveling on CoA, once I get this guy to level 60, probably be less streaming and more recording on my own and editing for the more curated or pre-made content. Oh, I can fear everybody. Extend that damage delay a little bit more. That mitigation. Too bad they weren't inside the ring. $1,000 hammer, 894 hammer. I think that's our first 1,000 hits so far. So the add-ons that you're seeing here for most of my UI, it is X-Pearl on the frames, Bartender on my action bars, and then move anything add-on for anything else. Oh, that's it for this dungeon? Okay. Like, that's all you're seeing. Nothing too crazy special. I am not a huge fan of LVUI because I like to have a little more like control over things, and LVUI like makes it so that if it changes so much that if I don't quite like it, since I got used to the original UI when I started playing, if I don't quite like it, I have to like go on this hunt for the setting or the thing to change. But like if you first started playing WoW and like you installed LVUI and you don't know anything else, you know, not knocking it. Like it's a clean look. If it's what you're used to, then that's great. All right, I'm gonna grab this over here and then we'll queue up one more time. I wonder if that spell ID was wrong. I should just leave it to insanity and just let it search it. This is the heretic spec. So this is the healer. That is essentially just DPS. It heals everything automatically. Typical. Run away from me. Fine. So what I did to salvage that pull was I threw a shield on him and a Gaze of Cthulhu. Came in, popped my Eldritch Eye so I can get an instant cast on the Malevolence and get Black Blood on everybody immediately. And then once the Gaze of Cthulhu was back off cooldown to top everybody off, I used it again, and I had some Void Touched stacks on everyone, and it consumed them and did like an AoE heal. So you get those stacks by directly healing people, and what that means, or what it counts for, directly healing, is our Blade of the Empire heal, where when we hit them and someone gets healed like that, it counts as a direct heal. So you just need to hit that a couple times. And maybe our direct heal from the initial Gaze of Cthulhu, since we had no stacks, maybe it also counted. Who knows? Sun Cleric is really standard and sucks. Yeah, my one of my friends really likes it though. Yeah, I mean, you got to pay attention and like do things in a semi-correct order for Cultist, but some of the heals are just so good, you can just smash buttons and get by if you have a competent group. I think the skill curve comes in whenever the skill curve comes in whenever you're like in a raid and you need to know like when to consume like stacks and buffs and like when to pop certain things. Like that's where the difference between I think good heretic cultist players come in. Like separates the good from the noob. And we'll see where I fall on that skill curve eventually. So the talents right now, what I'm working with is this right here. So at very low level, I came down the left side to get Blade of Yogg-Saron. That's what I was talking about, that direct heal. Every time we hit something with Blade of the Empire, it heals them for 1 point, 35% of the damage plus a number. And then for 2 points, it's 70% of damage. So that is like just pressing like a lesser heal. It's a smart heal. All right. And then after that, like you come down here, you want to get Abyssal Covenant immediately. And this is going to be in your first 3 points, so you get it like at level 14, I think. You got to have Abyssal Covenant. That's the beacon on your tank. You're going to transfer damage to you, which is fine because you heal some as well because you got all the smart heals and stuff going on. And you get black blood yourself. And then I think before I came down Malevolent Power, which is the one that allows me to get an instant cast Eldritch Mending, which is usually a hard cast for 2 seconds. Before I came down here, I went down this way to heal the tank more. Then after that, I came down here, and then once you get enough points, because I think this line here is blocked by spending a certain amount of points above. Once you're able to put some points in as the prophecy foretold, I would do that. No tentacle heals, not because I don't think it's good. It's because I don't want to have to deal with it in dungeons. It pulls things crazy, like crazy. I don't want to have to deal with like having to position it and manage it. I just don't care for it. Eventually, you will get the Tentacle of Yogg-Saron, which is just a straight up buff. For the final two, I'm not sure. I think the left over here is PvP. The tentacle, yeah, and the tentacle, yeah, and I don't even think it's because like at low level, I'm going for the thing that gives me the most benefit for each talent point because you have limited talent points, right? I mean, I guess that's always the logic, but so like this auto attack damage, I have a point here just because I think I had to spend a point to unlock this lower part. Maybe I don't think Shadow Pennant is very valuable at low levels because your auto attack damage is so little. I really don't think it's great. There's other things I would rather put points in. Now at max level, when I have a lot of points to play with, I could very well see myself coming down this side to make use of the tentacles and stuff. But even then, I may not want to have to manage it. Yeah. So I would rather have a passive 6% increased healing on everybody all the time without having to worry about it pulling a pack or something like that. And this Serenite Mind, I'm probably not going to put more than 1 point in here because I'm already struggling to like use up all the charges of Eldritch Eye by the time it runs out. It'd be cool if it also gave the duration like an extra 2 seconds or something. Satiate. I don't even have Satiate on my bars. Do I even have it yet? Oh, we have a dot. I don't think I've trained. I need to train. I was poor. I didn't have... Okay, we have Satiate now. Oh, I'm poor again. Remember, spell sharing is handy if you succumb to the old gods, blah, blah. Well, we're a heretic. We don't have to worry about that, so... Okay. So here's a good use case. We have some intellect. This should give us overall more. We have, because this piece I have on has no intellect, but has 11 spell power. Spell power at low levels just carries a lot. So right now our Black Blood heals for 78, and our Blade of Empire does 156. If we put this on, 78 still 155. So the 3 more spell power still carries more. Man, we're waiting on DPS. Hey, DPS in the chat. Queue up for random dungeon finder. 78, 156. Let's exchange that. 78, 155. All right, so that was better. Oh, we got this weapon. For the crit. How much crit is that? Almost 0.5%, 0.4%. All right, let's go sell some more things because we are broke. We have a bunch of junk in our bags. Oh, actually, I think my Hearthstone's set to that town. So we're just chilling here because we're gathering low-level mats in between dungeons. Oh, we also don't have our buff. We'll have to get that later. Forgot to get our rested buff. That's why our EXP slowed down a bit, I think. All right, sort. All right, we made 5 gold. Now we can train up the rest of the oh, new dungeon. We have room in our quest log? We do. What's going on? Everybody's dead. So we do have satiate now. Yep, this is the bartender add-on in the launcher. You can get it there. Lets you customize everything. You can change the padding. You don't get a border. You can take away the art bar. All that stuff. I will probably be putting an overview video on what add-ons I use and how to set them up before I put out a video on an updated Cultist guide. Yeah, no problem. Until we get EXP boosts, potions, and the like, don't think spamming dungeons is the way to go. It's not the fastest. It's probably like do a zone, queue up for some dungeons, do a zone, queue up for some dungeons. We can pull more. Just line of sight, please. Man, I feel like I'm playing PvP right now. Getting slowed, kited towards everything. Let's do the aggro drop button that I haven't pressed yet. I think I have two. I don't know if I can target myself with the other one. Pretty sure it's on a ally. Oh, it's the hallucination. Yeah, I can do that. Should use that more often. Gotta kill the pig. Yeah, it's too bad this talent doesn't restore 3% of our total max mana. 3% base mana, I can like barely notice it. No spell power on those, so they're not going to be better than what I already got. This might be a better weapon for us. Did we get it? Maybe not. A lot of people like Probably like to have that weapon. Drop aggro. Button pressed. Oh. We are doing this thing. Yeah, it doesn't look like we got that one. Yeah, like whenever I crit with Malevolence, I still lose 2% mana. So like 3% of base is just not good. Okay, we got talent point. Alright, we got talent point over here. Reduces all damage by 3%. Or channeling satiate. I think I'm gonna take the flat 3% damage taken. Don't really have a need to do satiate right now. I think the like AoE healing and the other talent is decent. But I don't have a need to do that right now. I can just keep pumping damage instead and press Sandy tap every now and then. You could have dropped down over there. Oh no, through here. Yeah, if this weapon was scaled up a little bit more, it'd be pretty cool. Intellect strength, spell power crit. Like this is the kind of weapon in late game I think we would roll with without the minus the agility, you know? If it had a decent amount of all those stats. Stunned. Intellect strength, spell power, crit. Forgot about this guy. Batwing Mantle. Alright, this might be an upgrade. Should be. 2 more spell power. I think this is an upgrade too. Oh. I looked at the wrong thing. That was not an upgrade. Unnecessary to dodge that, but just in case. All right. Nice little bit of quests to turn in there. Oh, this one we can do twice. It's a Horde and Alliance one, I think. Right, not bad for today's dungeon runs. Probably do some questing and things off stream and hopefully come back around the 40s next time. May not be until much later. But thanks again for everybody that has been watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe so you can see when I do turn the stream back on. And I know there's a lot of people asking about the add-ons and Cultist like stat prio and stuff like that. I'll probably make a video for the add-ons, post how I set them up, and then maybe at least like a beginner Cultist thing. It kind of just goes over the early levels of what I did. That kind of just be like a video that covers what my experience has been playing this class early on and what I'm doing. I don't want to make any calls on what I think is best until I get to max level and actually play the content. You know, in terms of like talents and everything else. So thanks again for watching, and I will see y'all next time.